Is your character a morning person or a night owl?
Maz is a night owl.
That makes sense.
She's one of those people that will stay up until 4 in the morning doing the most bizarre shit and then be really confused why at like 10 a.m. she can't wake up.
That checks
Cronus
out.
is neither nor all of the above. He tends to fall asleep mid-conversation and just micro nap throughout the day. There's neither nor.
A sleep maxer.
Yeah, he's a big bone sleep maxer up at 4 a.m. out hustling in the streets.
All right. How about Honker? I mean, Honker doesn't really necessarily require sleep, I guess, but I guess.
Okay, so here's how it works for
Okay.
Honker.
You
Much
sound way
like
too excited.
much like ants, right? Honker and their entourage and their skin stitch, none of them sleep, but they enter states of torpor when they need to. So it's like Honker will be like in the middle of a joke and then just like eyes, glaze over because there's no fucking eyelids. So they just, off into the distance, and then 2-3 hours later, bam, right back into it 100%. So yeah, it's definitely probably creepy sleep.
So I have a question in terms of Honker's anatomy.
Bigger than a baby's arm.
No, not about that. Maz doesn't care about that.
Well,
Is
Honker gets
Honker
shamed because of his
able
small
to be
arms.
used as a puppet? Like, could someone theoretically make his mouth move?
Well, like, we've established that there's a hole
Okay.
inside of my back that all the creatures live in.
This is true, yeah.
So like, not at this time, but if Moz is interested in puppeting Honker, if you just ask, Honker would be glad to go get the appropriate modifications to be puppeted.
This will be.
No, I'm just imagining Honker like falls asleep in the middle of like something important, and then everyone is just like taking turns puppeting.
Definitely possible because I do have that ability that I've never actually used, where like if I'm not doing honker shit, I'm just a doll to people who don't know. Like if I'm not moving around, they think I'm just a doll. So it's definitely probably possible where honker goes into torpor and like wakes up in like a kid's room and is like, what the fuck? And like has to take off.
This is all going to be part of some scheme at some point, I know it.
Oh
Honker's
man, this
just
would
an
work for like
innocent boy.
heisting.
You
Yeah,
know,
'cause,
that
like,
would work for would be a good idea for like a heist situation, yeah.
yeah, you get me into like the banker's kids room, and then whatever happens from there.
Yeah.
Nobody
It's not
dies,
Honker's
but
fault.
like we heist.
You know,
Yeah, we do heist stuff.
who's to say what happens?
All right.
Who's to say where that new patch of skin came from?
Yeah. God. Oh no.
Eventually, like our circus, like Honker's big plan, right, for the
Oh boy,
skin
here we go.
stitches
Here we go.
is for us to not have to have beasts of burden. We just have fucking skin stitches.
Just hundreds of Scynthias.
Yeah, which is why I always like I have to keep this spell as like my 6th level spell slot. It's like damn near useless because it's just the punchline of a fucking joke. I get to skin people and make them into shit.
That is some dedication to the bit. I would give you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Look, we never said that we pick our skills intelligently.
Oh yeah, we are definitely not min-maxing the heck out of this. And that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really min-max the hell out of the combat anyway, so... Alright. So, does anybody remember at all what we got up to last time?
We
We were fighting
freed the
some dinosaurs.
village.
That is true,
Oh, we
yes.
killed
So
dinosaurs.
you did kill some dinosaurs, and Gross, right, we did free Fortune's Call.
I literally only came in during the dinosaur fight, and that was all I was here for. So
Oh, that is true, yeah. So this will be good for you too. So we found there was like that ritual that got done at Fortune's Call because the characters had seemingly misinterpreted what they found in this book was going to be. They thought it was going to be a solution to problems, and it turned out to just be problems. And now they are
damn.
dead. Yeah, damn. It really do be like that sometimes. And they are dead. But we were able to reverse the ritual. We sent all these Brigadetch creatures back to whatever gross plane they came from. And rescued the people that were kind of stuck in kind of a charmed state there from the illusory food from the other dimension that these creatures had brought through. And you helped escort them back to town, because with everything that had happened, and also with them all being basically starved against their will for a decent amount of time, they aren't really much in any state to just hang out there and wanted to go back to safety in the town for now and kind of recoup themselves. On the way back to town, you guys did come across a barricade that had been set up in the road and got kind of ambushed by some Zolgath folks and their dinosaurs, and managed to push through all of that, break through the barricade, make it all the way to Willowside, and things are looking a little spicy around here in Willowside, because the Zolgaths have been making a lot of movements while you guys were out at Fortune's Call, and have seemed to have cut off the town, basically, especially notably the port down the road has been cut off by these Zolgaths who've been setting up outside of town, and it seems like they are preparing for some sort of siege on the town itself, which the mayor had kind of alluded to, and which we'll kind of get into preparing for
Man, if only
now.
the mayor hadn't ignored all of these very clear signs.
Well, I don't know if they were like necessarily signs of like a siege. I mean, obviously there was shit going on, but I don't know if they would have predicted that their town was going to get sieged.
No, but there were clear signs that shit was going down, and she just ignored it.
That is true. Yeah, she did kind of try to positive spin stuff to keep people from being worried. That is true. So we just met with the mayor, and of course you guys go and take a rest with the circus folks, check up on how things are doing out there. As you're all resting out there, everybody give me a will save.
Oh, is this more of the nightmare bullshit? I mean, intelligent storytelling. There's my nat 20 for the night.
Nice. Oh, here, I'll roll. Okay, Brad's
Well,
good. Okay.
Everyone but Grotus rolled well. You have to roll Scorch.
Oh yeah, I have to roll Scorch. That's right. Hold on. Let me get Scorch's thing up here. That is not the right character. Oh, I opened up two. Okay.
Well,
Everybody has...
Braz didn't have the modifier, but...
Well, even without the modifier, it's all good.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me check. Fair modifier is what I think it is. Okay. So, in that case, just Grotus. Grotus, you have some nightmare business while you're sleeping.
Ooh.
So here's what you see. You find yourself staring up into the night sky. And as you're staring there, looking at the stars in your dream, the stars one by one all disappear until it is completely gone and the sky is a void.
Oh shit.
And then you wake up.
Oh damn. That's spooky.
It is spooky. But otherwise, the rest of you all have a fairly normal night. And you can head out of your various wagons and sleeping quarters and whatnot in the morning. And, there's some, commotion going on around the circus here. You do see some people carrying various supplies or loading various supplies. And, you come across, you come out to like kind of the main central camp area where, they kind of set up the cook pot and all that sort of stuff. And you see a few of the circus folks kind of all having a conversation with each other, and you kind of sense there's a bit of like kind of worry and concern in the air. And you walk up and you see Mordain having a conversation with the professor, and she's just like, "Well, I'm not sure how it like, is it safe for us to stay here? I mean, with the port closed off, I mean, we're just circus folks here. I don't want to really go down to the death for this, And, the professor's kind of calming her and is like, Mordain, we know things are looking a little dicey, but, I mean, they've been doing an excellent job in charge of the circus ever since the things that have happened. We've had nothing but success in all of our travels. It's been wonderful. I trust them. Things will be okay. I am sure they have a plan for what is going on. And you kind of walk up in the middle of this.
We have a plan. What is going on?
When did that happen?
Step one, figure out what is going on. By the way, the stars and the gods can all die, just like me and you. So that makes us all feel empowered. Okay.
You can die?
Yeah, if you stare long enough at this night sky, they'll wink and they'll go to sleep forever. Cosmology of all things tends towards entropy, and entropy tends towards a sort of decay that reblossoms itself through the lights that don't exist between the dots in the sky. Anyway.
A lot of big words.
I like Arnold.
Grotus, you're describing this scene here, and you see like the look on like Mordain's face. She seems to get a little bit concerned looking. She's like, are you talking about a dream that you had? I think I've seen something similar to that. The stars going out, right?
Yes, mad visions. They come to me.
Yes, I had a rather sleepless night. That's probably several days ago where I saw something similar to that. And you see the professor kind of scratching his head a little bit in this. And he says, yes, about a week ago I had a strange nightmare as well. But it was just the one night. I'm trying to remember.
Last time we
it
had
was.
a bunch of nightmares, it turned out to be an actual fucking nightmare that was killing people. So,
well, we haven't had any
monitors
untimely
people.
deaths in the circus, so at least if it is that, it hasn't happened yet, thank goodness.
Not yet.
But
I typically do not condone violence against children, but if there are any girls who start singing some like slowed down, creepy courtyard songs about strange entities coming for us, on site, immediately neutralize the child. Okay? That goes for everybody in the whole circus. Creepy children, besides this beautiful puppet, are to be killed on site should they sing creepy songs.
when you see the professor kind of suddenly puts a finger like, I recall I had a dream about a week ago, and there was like a terrible hurricane, and I was in a field, and like the water from the rain, it was downpouring torrentially, and it was like rising up quickly on the ground around me. It was, starting to look like I could possibly drown. But I remember it was quite a vivid dream, I recall. But yes, it was quite some time ago. Interesting that we all seem. Have any of the rest of you had dreams besides Grotus here?
I mean, I have had a
And
dream
I
about a flood
did.
in times past. I think yours is just about latent homosexual desires, but we'll get to that later.
Hmm.
Scorch and I had some bad dreams.
Oh, I see. And were they similarly water-based, it seems, or calamity-based?
I don't remember, but I think so.
It was, yeah. The dream that you had back then. Um,
I think I was drowning, wasn't I?
yes, you were drowning in a lake while there were a number of hands underwater that were trying to grab you and drag you downwards.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, like, you all are kind of sitting there for a moment with the professor and Mordane thinking about this, and they're like, I can't really say what to make of all this, but I mean, I know there's at least the problems we do know of. These lizard creatures that we've ran into in the past in our travels. I mean, well, especially here attacking the circus themselves. It sounds like they've set up some uh, blockades out there around the town. The mayor had talked to us recently, or the other day, before you had returned from Fortune's Hall, and it sounds like the town is trying to shore up the defenses, just in case. Which is why you see some of the folks here helping bring in some materials to shore up the walls, and of course we will get everybody moved in there as well for safety. Um, but I'm sure if you check with her or around town, there might be some things you can help with to try to make sure the town is secure and we all get through whatever this is.
Okay, we'll help
I
batten down the
guess.
hatches.
All right. So for this bit here, um, you don't necessarily have to stay together as a group. You can kind of split up and go around the town to help with things. There is a number of different activities you guys can do around town to help the townspeople and get things kind of put together in some semblance of fashion. So, in terms of things that we can do, like as you guys head into town, you see that like there's kind of an air of grim determination in the town. Like people are, determined to help save their town, but there's also kind of a bit of pall hanging over things, given that the town is cut off and things were already a little rough as it was before this happened. Um, so things we can do, we can bolster morale. We can help build barricades. We can help construct traps. Putting up magical wards. Helping prepare weapons. Helping to try to retrieve folks that are still trying to get into town from the outskirts. Help with tracking patrols. And looks like that's all the things I have in the list here right now. So whether by yourselves or in groups of each other, if there's things that you're interested in going and doing as you're going around town, you can see people working on various things. Let me know and we can get into it.
Why is this gonna help set traps?
Set traps? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you see some folks kind of on kind of the outer parts of the wall and up around the gates and stuff that are in the process of digging, looks like pit traps of various kinds, covering them with leaves, setting up tripwires, putting nets in dead trees, trying to help slow things down for people that come. If you're going to help with this, you're going to do either a crafting or thievery check, your choice.
Oh no, I wonder which one I would do. Uh,
Okay.
Also, if we're digging holes, I would like to remind you we have a shoonie shovel.
You know, that is a good point.
And we also have Scorch.
Ooh.
That is also a good point. So that being the case, let me roll for Scorch, and we'll have him be assisting with that. Hold on, characters, Scorch. Let's see.
I mean, how many times does a wolfie get told, dig as many holes as you want?
Right. Okay. So with your assistance with the shovel and then Scorch happily digging alongside you, you do feel like you have made some progress and get some traps put in, some things set up, and you're feeling pretty confident about what you've done to help in here.
Okay.
Let's see. Even though
I have a
Braz...
feeling that Braz would probably be making a whole bunch of potions.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say we'll have Braz do something just so we don't miss out on that particular bonus from them. So Braz, we have the magical wards. So let's see. So you send Braz out, and Braz finds that there are some people in the process of making kind of simple magical wards for alarms or traps to deter intruders or warn people about the movements they're making, that kind of thing. Let me see which one has the best bonus that she would do. So from Arcana or Nature, probably going to be Nature. Yeah, it's definitely Nature. Okay, so I'll roll the Nature since that's a plus 16 for her. Okay. All right. So with the help that Braz gives there, they feel that they've been able to set up a few decent alarms. Time will tell whether these end up being in the path of things that come by, but they at least seem solid in terms of their construction. All right, Grotus, Honker, what are you two getting up to?
Yeah, I'd send my Skitter Stitch to help with like barricade construction, whatever.
Okay.
They can help with that business.
All right. Give me. See, I'm not sure how this works because it'd be the Skitter Stitch is helping because this is an athletics check for barricades.
Okay, 1 sec here.
Okay. So
It
with
does
these,
have
it does.
stat.
Okay.
And the athletics is plus 17.
Nice. All right, roll it up.
So one thing it's good at, I guess. Being
Nice.
carried.
Okay. So you send your Skitter Stitch out to help. Some of the circus people have been bringing some materials as well. People are making barricades out of bricks and boards and metal scraps and other things. Whatever they can to try to build something to help slow stuff down. Your Skitter Stitch is able to help out with the heavy lifting for some of these things, and you do manage to help get some decent construction gone, or around the gates and some of the other pathways into the city. Is there anything that you are doing, Honker?
Oh, you know it. I'm going out boosting morale.
Fuck
Like I go
yeah.
out and I'm like, I I can see everybody's like preparing, and like I've killed like some rats, and I'm like juggling them, and I'm like, in case anybody gets hungry, I've got food, and let me think here. And then like I'll stumble and fall, and then I stand up and I'm like This army thinks they'll make us crack under the pressure, but joke's on them. Look at me, I've already cracked twice. And yeah. I don't know.
All right, so go ahead and
That's all
give me
all bad jokes.
either a
That's
either a diplomacy or a performance check. Your choice.
Yeah. It's always gonna be.
Oh yeah, I don't even know.
Ooh, I'm gonna hero point that performance check.
All right.
There we go. Oh fuck me. All right. That's my life. That's Honker's life.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
the arrows are running so low that I saw one of the archers throw a badly worded letter at one of the enemies yesterday.
So with your boosting morale here today, there is an undercurrent of fear among the people in town, and it's kind of palpable. And you do the best that you can, and you feel like you maybe cheered spirits a little bit, but you don't quite feel that you were to your full potential of merrymaking this day.
Rose is gonna ask about what missing people still need to be brought in for the search and rescue mission.
Okay.
He's gonna be wearing like one of those green caps with a feather in it, Robin Hood style, like scout peering over the wall, like, tell me where they are. Point me.
Oh, here, I might as well give you guys something to look at while we're doing all this.
Ooh.
But Dad's a goblin.
And
That's a ranger.
And Grotus has really grown out their beard and hair. All right, so
Grotus had hair.
that's fair. I mean, I guess when you get fired out of like a cannon and stuff, that might make that a little difficult to keep around.
Grotus has a series of mustache wigs, just for the mustache.
Mustache wigs.
Always, again, just really picture if you've ever seen Bronson starring Tom Hardy, just that
Okay.
level of unhinged guy, including the costumes and stuff.
Gotcha.
Love it.
Gotcha.
I love this for you.
So you sync up with the woodsman guy who you helped when you first came into town and have done some other stuff with. And he mentions that he's going out seeking missing townspeople on nearby farms and ranches and solitary homesteads and helping sneak them back into town without alerting the patrols that are going around. So you're going to give me a stealth check.
Oh. Oh.
That I can do. I can also hero point it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. To make that happen. Fuck me.
All right. So
I'm loving tonight.
So we're going with the first roll, a 26.
Going with the first roll. Okay, so with that roll, you do manage to go out and rescue some people and bring them into town, but they are too exhausted from the terrifying ordeal of sneaking past Zolgath patrols to really contribute much to like the defense of the town. So like they're just they're a little spooked to help out much on their own, but they're at least alive and not out on their own, out on the farm fields. So all of these activities take place over the course of a day, the various things that you're helping out, and throughout this, other things are going on around the town. The blacksmiths and hunters and stuff are all working on getting weapons into shape in their own ways. There's people up on the walls that are watching out for patrols of these Zolgath creatures. But as of yet, nothing comes to the town. There's still just movement out on the outskirts. But you do manage to come along and come for a rest afterwards, after a long day of work. And let's see what kind of night we have. Everybody roll me a will save.
Oof.
Okay. I'll get bras. Okay. And Scorch.
None of us are doing great tonight, are we?
At least we're getting all these out of the way, right?
Need honkers.
Oh, yeah. Honker still need a will save on you.
I thought I clicked it.
Oh, it must not have come through.
No, it must not have. Well, that's good because it was a bad roll.
It didn't happen.
It rolled off
No,
the table.
it was still a bad
Hey.
roll.
All of us have a bad roll.
All right.
Except for Scorch.
So Scorch has a nice sleepy night. He's a great boy. He dug hard.
Digging.
It was great. Rest of you guys worked hard. It was a little exhausting. And all of you have spooky dreams this night. And you all kind of have pretty similar dreams in this respect. You find yourselves tied to a tree during a lightning storm. And
Ooh.
you know, you're tied there, the wind is whipping around you, lightning's going off, everything else. And you're kind of enduring this for a while. And right before you wake up, a bolt of lightning hits the tree that you're tied to, and like right as it hits the tree, you wake up.
Oh.
Cool. I feel recharged.
The silver lining.
I imagine like
you feel energized for some reason.
Honker and the entire entourage share like a hive mind, right? So I imagine they all like fucking just wake up, running around. Lightning would be scary as shit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like, you know, sawdust everywhere.
And you just hear screaming.
Yeah, yeah. And thumping because they're all like sprinting but hitting the walls until like it quiets down. Not because we're calm, but we've all knocked each other unconscious.
Oh,
Just like
man.
particles in a simulation bouncing into each other.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful. Oh man. All right, so you get up, and you know outside activity is continuing much as the day before. You know everybody's determined to get as much defense as possible put together, and you know what you all kind of collectively assume, you know, until something changes, let's keep working on the town. So we have another day of activities around the town, helping bolster defenses, whether that's doing the same things you did yesterday, trying something else, all up to you. I can read them off again if you do not recall all the things. It was bolstering morale, building barricades, constructing traps, erecting magical wards, preparing arms, retrieving townsfolk, tracking patrols.
I think Maz is gonna do tracking. Sorry. I forgot my mic was muted. Maz is gonna do tracking.
Okay. All right.
And probably take Scorch with her.
All right. So you and Scorch meet up with the woodsman, Grostrom Brick, much like Grotus did the other day, helping with retrieving people, but he's helping with some tracking today. And they are going out around the town, outside in the woods, and tracing the paths of dinosaur patrols, trying to get a feel for their routes and their timing and their movements, and coordinate this information and get a sense of how they're most likely to converge on the town. So you're going to give me either a nature, perception, or survival. Up to you. I'm going to take a look at skill, or Scorch here.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay. And this is Scorches.
Never mind. We're going with 25.
Woo! All right. So with you and
Fucking master in
Scorch,
perception, and I can't even roll a decent roll.
right? So with you and Scorch out there, you feel like you're having a little bit of a hard time tracking the dinosaur stuff. Like you've done tracking stuff before, but these creatures are still somewhat unfamiliar to your expertise. Scorch, though, is a good sniffer boy, and you feel like with his assistance, you are able to kind of help collate information about these patrols going around, and you feel that you've contributed somewhat to the defense of the town. What do you guys think?
Or is like literally the like most helpful person in this whole prep.
What do you guys want to have Braz doing this time for today?
Um,
Make her dig holes.
Big holes. All right, so Braz is going to help with constructing traps, perhaps using her various alchemical abilities to help out with these. So she's going to roll, let's see, crafting or thievery. Thievery is a plus 18, crafting is a plus, okay, either one's the same. Nice. Okay. So, with her alchemical knowledge, she helps improve some of these traps out here and make them a little more dangerous to the creatures that we're trying to prevent attacking the town. Grotus, Honker, what are you two up to today?
Oh, I've got some jokes. Okay, so my next one I thought of is I'm still juggling the rats. They're looking the worst for wear. And so then I'm like, they sent us a demand to surrender. You know what I told them, guys? New scroll. Who this? That's,
All right, roll me up a performance.
oh,
All right. So with your performance there, the puns do land a little bit more, and you get some laughs. Still doesn't quite feel as good as you would have wanted, but you do manage to you were kind of quick firing off some jokes with these today. And with your little performance here, you feel like you have enough time to do another performance or another activity entirely later in the day, in the afternoon. So up to you whether you
okay, so
do it again or
yeah, I
something
take a
else.
break. Like I see Grotus and like I see he's getting ready for what he's gonna do, and so I take a break with him real quick. And by the time we get out of the tent, there's like a little bit of a crowd looking, and I'm like, what? They tried to smoke us out, but we caught it all in the tent, and now we're all way too mellow to panic. Everybody, calm down.
All right, give me another performance. All right. All right, so you feel pretty good about this, and with your hot boxed out tent, there are definitely a few people who try to come take advantage of the remnants of your little break session there, and feel a little calmer for it, and have a little laugh in the process. All right, so Grotus, you had a lovely time here with Honker, but what are you helping with in your Zen state?
Grotus is still attracted to the suicidal lost causes of going out to find the holdouts.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Good God.
All right, so with that,
our rolls are sucking tonight.
right?
Real
With
bad.
that, like you're going out and helping people, trying to bring people back. Thanks to the assistance of the tracking that has been going on that Maz was helping with, the information that has already been gleaned about like the patrol movements and stuff make things a little easier for you with your retrieving townsfolk today. And you do manage to get people back to town, without too much trauma. And there does seem to be a little bit of time for you this evening with that help from the tracking, that you have time to do something else.
I guess the one thing we haven't touched is preparing weapons.
Yes.
Is that all crafting, or is there another skill involved?
That one is all crafting.
Then I am no good at that. Instead, what's the one for barricades?
That one is athletics.
And are we like at full barricades, or could more help?
You feel like with all of these defenses, you feel like you could prepare as much as you want. There isn't really any sort of maximum on this. It just depends on how much total, depending on your successes. So.
Okay. Can I try retrieving people again?
Yeah, you certainly can. If you feel like going out there again, that'd be another stealth.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Getting it all out before the battle.
Like rolling through the woods.
I mean, they're not going to expect a ball in the woods, right? Like, nobody's going to be looking for that. Like, all right. So,
Curtis is just like Kronk sneaking.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So when you are out there trying to retrieve some people, one of the people that you come across that you've been told or been sent after by Gristrom is a couple who run a small brewery out here, Milton and Cindric Bertrax, the owners of Bertrax Brewing. And when you come across their place, they are currently in the process of kind of packing things up into some packs, and they see you arrive, and they're like, "Oh, if you're from town, we're just going to try to get out of here on foot. Things are looking a little dire."
Yeah, I'm here to help with that.
To help us leave Willowside entirely? We're going the other way, son. We're going away from town.
This place is getting steamrolled. If you go that way, you're fucked. If you come into the town, you might have a shot with us.
Okay. You can give me either a diplomacy check or an intimidation check, depending on how you're wanting to go about this, to try to convince these brewers to remain in town.
Okay. I'm going to say, would you rather a diplomacy check? Okay, would you rather face the unknown alone and be chopped to bits, swept together by the horde, or stand shoulder to shoulder, 3 beers deep with your neighbors, fighting to the bitter end against the scaly horde, with the sweet, sweet flavor of this distilled brew upon their lips? What's a more noble way to shed blood, or a noble way to stand on this land that you've lived on?
Yeah, the fucking scalies.
What's the name of this region again?
This is so we're in Willowside, and where's the map? Can't remember.
Around Willowside, we brew beer for people who don't run away when things get tough. Willowside beer fortifies a man or a halfling stand for the threats to the outside. We get our shit together. We come down. We stand, spear in hand, ready.
A fitting patriotic speech to these people of Willowside.
As we show up with no weapons, we got beer though.
Yeah, we got beer.
This is our Independence Day.
That's right.
So your speech, touches the heart of these brewers, and they see the meaning in your words, and they say, well, perhaps it would be best if we come with you back to town, and perhaps we can help brew some things to keep people's spirits up. And they come back with you to town. Meanwhile, back in town this evening, Maz and Scorch, you guys are coming back to town. And from the direction you're coming in, you guys walk past, or you two walk past where the clubhouse of the Banyan Boys, who, if you guys have recalled.
Oh, I remember the Banyan Boys. Don't worry.
Okay, so you notice that there's like kind of some people loitering outside the Banyan Boys clubhouse here, and they all look a little bit worried. And like as they're walking past, and you're coming in with like other people who are out scouting and such. You know, one of them kind of waves at you and says, "Have you seen any of the Banyans out there?"
Those losers? Nope, not seen a one.
So you say this, and the you know, the townsperson who had called out to you looks a little taken aback at your opinion of the Banyan Boys. And you kind of move along into the town. But that information is just kind of in the back of your head to do with. Do you do anything with that information?
I go to the mayor, and I'm like, just so you know, no one's seen those loser Banyan Boys around, so I think they, like, hightailed it and abandoned you guys.
So you approach the mayor, asking about the Banyan Boys, and you know she's kind of nodding along as you're relaying these concerns. She's like, "Oh, well, you see, I sent the Banyan Boys on a special mission to aid the town. They should be getting back tomorrow morning, actually.
Of
So
fucking course you did.
if you meet with me tomorrow morning, then they should be here, and you know perhaps they will have some good news for us to share." But you know, of course, you could tell them, the townsfolk, not to worry. They're out on official town business.
Sure, that's what I'll tell them.
All right. So, other than that, though, you guys did a good bit of work here today. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. All right. So you guys feel like you've done some pretty good defense shoring up here around the town, and you guys all go rest for the night.
We'll save.
We'll save. We're sleeping, and we're in Willowside, and
Before we go to bed tonight,
yeah.
I cast Private Sanctum on like our camp area.
Okay.
So
what's
it
that
may
do?
or may not help, but it surrounds it in an impenetrable fog for 100 feet, and scrying spells and mind reading effects won't work in the area. The hunker doesn't know what else to do.
Is the phrasing on that thing, does it say mind reading effect or just like mental effect?
It says mind reading specifically.
Okay.
It does not say mental.
Okay. So
Unfortunately.
all right, because this is a mental effect, so it'll, I think that still happens.
I, as a player, figured that, but
Okay.
you know.
But yeah, that was definitely worth a try. That makes sense why they would try. Let me get Braz. Okay, and Scorch. All right. Just Maz this time. Let's see here.
But I am tired.
You are late tired, and you do still sleep. It's just spooky sleep this time. So you feel yourself and find yourself in your dream being squeezed by an enormous reptilian tail with 3 talons down at the tip.
Maz is gonna have so much fucking PTSD.
Wait,
Alright.
sorry, what was the dream again? I'm journaling.
I was being squeezed by a reptilian tail with 3 spikes at the tip.
Oof.
Yep, getting the squeeze. All right, but you wake up the next day. You know, of course, there's still people going around trying to do what they can to help shore things up, since nothing has hit the fan as of yet. But you know, the mayor did mention that the Banyan boys should be getting back into town, with good news on whatever it was she sent them off to do. So that seems to be the place to go today.
Okay, let's meet up with the
Very
boys.
reluctantly,
Very reluctantly, like, ah.
Maz goes to their little hideaway treehouse boys club in hopes that she can make fun of them.
Grotus is going to be trailing behind. He wants to be there. And you say, "The boys are back. The boys are back. The boys back town." Just warbling that the whole time.
So you make it over to the Banyan Boys' place, and there's still some townsfolk outside their place that just seem kind of worried, and they see you all approaching as a group, and they're like, Have you seen the Banyan Boys? We haven't seen them in a couple days. Do you know where they at? You know where they're at?"
Yeah, they
Mary
fucked off
said
on
that
secret
she
mission.
sent them on some business and they were supposed to be back today. I bet they ran away like the little scared babies they are.
Mm.
Oh, I wonder if they're at the mayor's. And they kind of pick themselves up off the ground to kind of head off in that direction.
Of course. Everybody
But
loves these.
can we look in their little clubhouse?
Yeah, let's go through their shit.
Sure.
This is not something Moog planned for.
I cast private sanctum so nobody can see what we're doing.
Cloud of smoke just appears in the
Yeah.
middle of the street here.
And then we go through their shit.
Let's see, do I even have anything? Do they have a place in my notes at all? That's the question. Let me see.
No DM has ever planned.
I leave
the
2 of my
chaos that we are.
entourage. I leave 2 of my entourage in here looking like dolls, and in the bed of the lead, I put the skin of one of the people I've killed. Like I lay it out in the bed, like it's sleeping in
dear
there, but
God.
it's just skin.
Just a deflated human balloon.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but I use makeup to like do a clown face on it.
Dear.
Let's see. All right, so you guys. I mean, I guess Maz, give me a thievery check if you're busting into the Banyan Boys clubhouse.
Gladly. You have no idea how much I fucking hate these dickwads.
And I'm just here for the fucking shenanigans, so
All right. So under cover of this smoke cloud, this convenient smoke cloud that nobody will notice.
Non-suspicious.
Non-suspicious. These happen. Random weather, weather clouds. Who knows what they're up to?
Yeah.
You crack open the door and head into the Banyan Boys' place. Inside, you find like this front room here. It seems to be kind of almost set up as kind of a simple office of sorts. You see that there are, various drawers of files and things. There's paperwork around. You see a few desks. There's also a staircase in the back that looks to lead upwards to upper levels of this structure. But this first floor here, seems to be just kind of an office of sorts. I mean, they have the Banyan Boys are kind of treated as the local law enforcement of sorts around here. And their family has been for many generations. You actually see a few pictures on the wall of, you know, other people, or other family members, or portraits that have been painted of former family members. But, you know, it seems like they take their job pretty seriously. Like, you know, this office, like, there's a lot of stuff in here. You know, and despite their demeanor and, you know, the kind of full of themselves that one of them in particular has, it does seem like they do decent work for the town, just looking around in here.
Well, what was their special mission? Now that the boy's back.
You're not sure. The only information you have on that front is go and talk to the mayor about it.
Do they have anything in here that looks like something that they commonly drink?
They commonly drink.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, you find a few. You find a cabinet with a few various look like liquors and, you know, maybe some wine, some locally produced things. They have a little nightcap cabinet.
Mm-mm. Okay. So, Maz still has some drugs that Nini gave her.
Wait, that who gave you?
Crap. Whoever the party member that no longer exists.
Oh, Nini. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Nini gave her some drugs that she didn't really tell Maz what they were. But it was some random thing. Maz is gonna put it in one of the bottles of liquor.
Okay. All right. Are those like in your inventory somewhere, or
I don't know.
you don't know?
I don't know if it ever got put in my inventory. It was
I
just one
remember
of
this
those.
happened.
Yeah,
It
I
was one
do
of those
remember
things
this
where
happening.
it was slipped to me as a joke,
Hmm.
and now I am repaying the joke.
Hmm. Okay. All right.
To an NPC that I hate for no reason.
Hmm. I see. Of course. All right. Well, you add a little. You add a bit of spice to the nightcap cabinet over here.
Maz is cackling the entire time.
Oh boy. But otherwise, like there's some stairs that lead upstairs to, you assume, the living quarters. But otherwise, nothing super notable.
Maz is happy.
People were kind of dicks to us once, and we were like starting a chain of events that could fuck with them for life.
Oh boy. All right, so you do a little mischief, and to the local police.
We do a little trolling.
We do a little trolling.
Don't piss off clowns.
Yeah, don't piss off clowns. This is what we've learned.
Plant living dolls in your residence and skin sacks and drug you.
Drug you and place skin dolls in your walls.
You know, and Moog thought the only thing he had to worry about as a DM was murder hobos. Nah.
This is a new tier. We've discovered something new.
Yeah, we know murder hoboing is wrong.
Murder hoboing is wrong. But little chaos, nah.
Standard.
We don't fuck with being murder hobos. That just ruins the game.
Yeah. Keep them alive for fun.
For skin.
For skin, yeah, for skin. Oh dear. Okay. All right. So, you guys,
I love you.
You guys have the Banyan Boys Clubhouse, and head over to the mayor, since that seems to be where things are all leading. And she sees you come in, and She kind of smiles as you enter and says, "First off, I want to thank you for all of the work you've done on the town defenses. Like, you guys really helped us out these past couple days. It really means a lot. And I hate to ask you for more help when you
No,
just
you
got
don't.
back from looking into Fortune's Hall, but since your circus is stuck here until we fight off the Zolgaths, it seems like it might be in your best interest as well to help with this here. We need the Banyan boys back. I sent them out, but they haven't come back. They were supposed to be back today. There are some caves underneath the town that have been here before the town was built. And there is an entrance in the basement of one of the general stores. There's some old documents from the town's founding that indicate that the caves were important, but I'm not really sure why. A lot of the stuff from that time is gone. This is like old Willowside history. Uh, Local legend has it that the town's founders might have left something special down there in case of emergencies. And if this doesn't count as an emergency, nothing does. And I sent the Banyan boys down there, and they should have been back by now. And I worry something happened to them. Can you go take a look for them? They've been some of the best protectors we've had in the town for quite a while. And of course, you all have greatly contributed to that in recent weeks. But I want to know what happened, and if there is something down there that can help with this. We'd very much like to have that in hand.
Okay. A little bit of basement business, a little basement boogie for the Banyan boys. Let's do it.
Yeah, we definitely want to get them back in their clubhouse where it is safe.
Yeah, they should get back, and they should take a nice rest. Have a drink.
Yeah, have a drink to settle their nerves.
We'll go through your grandpappy's old Christmas decorations for the boys. No problem. Berta.
For the boys.
I didn't poop in their clubhouse because I don't poop, and then I leave.
Okay. So, as you guys are walking out of the mayor's office here, everybody give me a lore check. I don't really care what your lore is, but just lore check.
The theater.
Well,
not a play
both
about
of
it.
my lores are exactly the same, so. Jesus Christ. I give up.
All right, so of all of you, Braz recalls as you're walking out of the mayor, and she kind of perks up and is like, we heard about this before. The tunnels. Where was that from? The lady from the temple when she was giving us like the history lesson on the town. She talked about something with tunnels from like way back when with Willowside. Maybe she knows something about these.
Oh, yeah? Let's hit her up before we get lost.
I mean, if you say so, I trust ya.
So, Braz leads you all over to the nearby religious temple here in the square. Let me find the information here. Alright, so you guys go visit Tritala Frint at the Temple of Aristil. And you mentioned that you all are planning to go down into the caves. And she kind of gets this really concerned look on her face and tells you pretty flatly, you shouldn't go in there. And I told the Banyan boys the same thing. There's nothing down there that's worth the danger. The mayor thinks I'm full of nonsense, but I know the old stories. There are terrible things in those caves. Things that ought to be dead, but aren't. And I'm sure the poor Banyan boys are dead now, too. If they couldn't beat the things down there, I don't know why you think circus people can.
I mean, that's what we tell everybody, but they just seem to think we can do magic or something.
So she, is kind of looking over you all here and says, "Our little town has a much darker history than Mayor Vandy is ever going to admit. And maybe even then she knows, or maybe even then she knows. Once upon a time, many of the people of Willowside worshipped something terrible. They were putting their faith into things they shouldn't, which is, why it's such a boon that we have this Temple of Air still here in town now. But one night, the folks who worshipped that evil thing all died. Their spirits are down there still. And that was when people started having dreams. Some of you have been getting dreams, haven't you? You probably have in your time here in Willowside. Is that, am I wrong?
No, they're fresh horrors. Dark shit every night. Yeah.
See, most of
Real
us
psychic stink.
who live here in Willowside don't anymore. We used to, but it always hits visitors hard when they arrive. They're not used to it. But
Y'all are just conditioned to see an apocalypse every other night.
well, it's not so much that we're conditioned to it. Like we've seen these dreams before, but many of us don't have them anymore. Like I haven't had such dreams in many a year, but
I mean,
perhaps I
what
get
was
used to
the
them.
thing they worshipped?
It was a long forgotten god, and who should stay forgotten. Very old
Bronca.
and very powerful, and it controlled
No,
the oceans.
Can I roll an occultism check to see if I can figure out what it is?
Sure.
God damn it!
One's across the board today. Jeez Louise. Alright, so she... she can tell that you're, interested in, trying to find out more about this. And you're kind of racking your brain. And she says, I would recommend, if you are interested, first, let me cast this on you. And she kind of mumbles a little something. And what she has done is she has cast water breathing on the entire group.
Okay.
But after she casts this water breathing spell on all of you, she says, you may want to speak to the oldest resident of Willowside, Verinta Irenes. She's the half-elf owner of the Hooked Inn. She's the only one left, really, with a real idea of what lies under the town. You may want to speak with her.
I don't suppose at this temple here you guys have any, like, holy weapons that are good against undead things, do you?
Oh, not here in the temple, no. I mean, we'd rather not have any weapons in the temple if we can avoid it.
Sure, we'll go talk to that old person then.
Brody says, I bring my weapons with me everywhere. And then on his way out, wraps his hands in like hand wraps and then just dunks them the holy water font. Assuming they have one like it's a Catholic church, but
Right,
just
right.
dunks them in a font of holy water, pulls them out and goes, blessed punches.
So you guys head out and towards the Hooked Inn, which is also not too far from the main square here. And inside, there's people in here. There's people, having various meals and stuff. But you do find, and they're still busying themselves with the inn affairs, a quite old-looking half-elf, who you've been told is Verinta. I'll get you a picture over here. But she is, you find her currently in the process of kind of cleaning off the bar area here of the inn as you enter. She says, The circus visitors. You guys had quite a show the other day with all of the ruckus that occurred. What brings you to the Hooked Inn today? You need a drink?
We're about to go get a drink or swim in some, based on what we got here. What do you know about the tunnels and the things people did to get stuck down there?
So you see kind of a shadow cross her face a bit at your mention of this, and she kind of looks around at the people nearby, and you see her, she kind of raises a hand and is like, kind of does a follow me motion, and she kind of heads through a door in the back. And when you go through there, you find there's like kind of a short staircase that goes up to another level. And she's kind of ahead of you going up that staircase. She again kind of turns around and she seems to mouth something in your direction and says, "Up here."
Okay. Well, straight.
All right, so you head up, and you find yourself in what seems to be possibly her living quarters. And once you're all in here, she shuts the door behind you. She says, "This is some old history I don't really like to talk about around the townspeople. They shouldn't overhear. They don't need to know."
I mean, we're only asking because, like, apparently the Banyan boys are missing, and the mayor asked us to go after them. And then, like, the temple priestess was like, "Oh man, you shouldn't go down there, but like, we gotta go down there if we want to try and look for them." So we're just trying to figure out what the heck we're going up against.
Yeah, why would somebody want to go down there? And any tips on how to get out?
Well, let me tell you a bit more about what happened. There were once people here in Willowside who worshipped a long forgotten god named Bokrug. It was very old, very powerful, controlled the oceans, and the ones who worshipped it kept their faith secret from the ones who didn't. But the sheriff at the time, one of the Banyan's ancestors, found out about it, and she riled up the rest of the town about this Bokrug worship, and they trapped all of the worshippers of that god and killed them all in the caves. And I suppose she was doing what she thought was right at the time, but I think it permanently affected the town. All the horror is still down there in the caves that lead to the sea, and I don't think they even brought the bodies out. This was all long before my time, of course, but when I was young, some of the old-timers would tell the stories they'd heard from their own grandparents. And I don't like to tell this story, you understand. It's all best forgotten, and the Banyan boys don't need to know the hard things their ancestors did.
So you're telling me there's an ancestor who does say that in time we will know the true extent of their failure. There's
Perhaps.
fishy things best left forgotten deep beneath.
Yes.
It sounds right up our alley. I got to tell you, friend.
Sometimes dead is better. But yeah. So it seems that there seems to be a general air of like the town did some fucked up shit once. Let's move on from this and forget that what happened might still be down there.
Okay. Built our town on the mass grave of a little bitty genocide.
Yeah, a little bit
Just a little bit.
of an old god
Okay.
that might be mad about that, maybe a little bit.
Just a little,
I
little
mean-
genocide.
I think we're all sitting on that kind of thing IRL, but we're
There's a little bit. There's a little bit.
Well, we didn't need to bring it that deep, Sam.
It's okay.
quit putting politics into my case.
Yeah, it's okay. We only had a patriotic speech. Just we had a Braveheart speech earlier for this brave country and beer.
We're going to talk how much we respect the displaced people who were genocided for this bit of commerce here.
Indeed.
Anyway, more than happy to go down there and put these people to rest.
kick some fish people butt.
So, in terms of the caves themselves, like the mayor had mentioned, there's entrances to the caves out by the sea, but those might be a little hard to get to right now, given the blockade. But there is an extra entrance to the caves, which is what she had sent the Banyan Boys down, that is evidently in the basement of the general store, which you guys have been in before, and talked to the owner there, Santil. Here's Santil. Probably haven't seen her in a while. This was the general store that when you guys had gone in, had all sorts of like talismans and things everywhere.
Oh, right.
And like
Maz
sold,
liked her.
yeah, and you have a necklace that you bought from her that she sells like all sorts of little like warding knickknacks and stuff because she's paranoid about bad juju in the town for some reason.
I don't know. It seems kind of justified.
Well.
So you show up at Santil Coffrin's, and so you all come in, and she says, "Oh, it's so good to see you. I know the mayor sent the Banyan Boys down there into those caves, and I don't like leaving that door unlocked in the basement. But if are you going in after them? They were supposed to come out by now." And you can see she's like nervously like twiddling all of like the little talisman necklaces around her neck for all of this. She is not a fan of this door being open.
That's right. We are the rescue party for the rescue party.
Yeah, they're asked us to go down there, so hopefully we come back.
Well, I certainly hope so too. I mean, I did really love your show the other day. I hope we can do another one when all of this is over. But, I hope you don't mind. I'm not going to lock the door behind you, but I do want to shut it. I have some talismans I put up around the door, but I just don't feel comfortably leaving it wide open down there.
Okay.
All right, so she kind of leads you down. So she takes you to the back of the shops, like to go through like a curtain. And, back here you see, various storage for other things, and you can see there's like a work table of sorts where it looks like she has, worked on other talisman necklaces and things that she sells here in the shop. But in the back, she opens another door that kind of goes into this really kind of dank stone basement down here. And there is a very old looking wooden door against the kind of in the back wall of the basement here. And you can see all around it. She has, many of these necklaces holding all over. You see like bits of paper with writing on them and symbols on them that she's put on all over this door. And you can see like the door is currently open. And you're just kind of, you can smell like the salt in the air beyond, and kind of a cold breeze coming out of this door. But yeah, there's you can see like other talismans that have been like on the outside of this door even before this was open right now. So this is she's been trying to ward off this basement for a while, it seems. But she kind of motions toward the door and says, "Well, that's the way into the caves. I hope you can find the Banyan Boys down there. And I hope you all can come back safe."
Knock like this. Yeah, we'll give you the special knock.
Okay. I won't open the door for anything else then. I'd rather not, you understand. I don't know what it is about those caves, but they've always just been it's terrible aura down here.
I mean, it might be all the dead bodies, but
Her eyes kind of widen at this. This is something that she was not aware of. She's like, dead bodies?
oh, these caverns have dead bodies in them all the time.
I
What?
didn't put them
Flooded
there
it.
this time.
The people down there, they're all floating, but we're gonna go there, probably clear it out, make sure the bodies hit the float.
Yeah.
We all float down there.
We are gonna go into the drowning pool and make the bodies hit the floor.
Oh boy. So she's a little panicked about this mention of all these dead bodies in the cave. She was not aware of this information. Town doesn't need to know about this. But now she knows. So she's even more
Well, it's
insistent.
only right. She owns the door to it. She has a
That
right
is
to
fair.
know.
That is fair that you would tell them. But she did not know this information before. But as you guys go into the cave, she's like, I'm really sorry. I have to shut this door right now." And she kind of shuts the door behind you. You don't hear any lock. She is true to her word. She didn't lock you guys in here. But she very hurriedly shut the door as soon as she could once you guys got in there, because that spooked her a bit.
Maz is just looking at the door like, love you.
Alright, torches out, gang. It's a good old dungeon dive.
It is a good old dungeon dive. And before we get into this here, this is going to be a short one tonight. Because I don't want to leave Britt out of this stuff we're going to get into in the caves. So we're going to pick it up in the sea caves next time.
Keeper dokie.
And see what old god nonsense the past of this town has gotten into.
I don't know. Might be some human sacrifice.
I mean, we already know there was definitely some death, at least of some kind. Maybe not a sacrifice, but there was some bad shit.
Murder of a certain group, yeah.
Yeah. These are some spicy history, Cave. All right. Well, cool beans.
Well, I'll be around if anybody wants to do some democracy or something later tonight.
Yeah, I'd be down. So I can hop over to that after this. I just got to get everything saved up here. So
Yep.
We'll see
I'll
you
be
then, I guess.
booting that in like a couple minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That gives me some time to go get some more pasta salad.
Okay.
Wait.
Talk to you then.